Welcome back to Dragon Age the Veilguard. We're back in the Lighthouse because I remembered that we didn't even do Emmerich's little companion date outing thing. So I need to go get that, but it seems like there's a couple other people who also have some things. See, Emmerich's up here. Balara wants to talk. Tosh is over here in the kitchen. Lucanus wants to, everyone wants to talk apparently. So we're going to go pick up there. We also got some wolf statuette from Morrigan, I believe, who, we'll see what this does. So yeah, we got some stuff to do in the Lighthouse before we go back to Hossberg Wetlands, I believe is the place called. Last time we explored the Necropolis, we went to Treviso like we always do. We went to Dogtown, talked with Morgan and the Inquisitor. Got to talk a little bit about them. We also talked to some NPCs and the Shadow Dragons, which was nice to sort of get some more information from them and sort of flesh the world out a little bit. Yeah, regret. Ooh. Oh, the murals getting fixed. Algernon.
You cannot do this, Algernon. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership.
Who's that one?
If you're unwilling, leave.
Our people must
Mythal.
rebuild,
Okay, it is Mythal. I
and
was
we must
thinking it
help
was.
unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evanuris are as gods. I do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
Okay. That almost sounds like praise for Solus.
That was strange.
Oh, they all
were
saw it.
speaking Elven, but I understood it.
I believe we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dread Wolves.
And the mages who declared themselves my gods. Well, mine and Davrin's.
It's a bit of a letdown. What does this get us?
Anyone see anything in that memory we can use?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this.
Yeah.
Mythal.
We're going to ask the question about what happened with Mythal.
Mythal and Solus were close. The Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Then she sides with Elgranon over him. A betrayal.
I see Mythal's reasons. She was, I think she was trying to temper Elgranon, I think, again, I'm rusty on my elven lore, but I'm pretty sure she was like the first of the elven gods to fall or something. She was betrayed. And the way that Solus kind of reveres her, though, makes it seem like she was doing good. So I see it as like, she saw the Evanuris getting power hungry and evil, and she even here in this little dialogue that she was kind of like, well, it's not just about strength, it's about wisdom. The people need someone to guide them, and this guy here is kind of going crazy, so I'm gonna be with them.
I think I get where Mythal is coming from.
Really?
You've just finished some big war, everyone is exhausted, and now Elganon won't give up power. If Mythal sided with Solus, would Elganon have backed down? Not a chance.
It would have led to another war. Mythal tried to keep the peace.
And Solus must see that, but still can't accept that she chose peaceful politics over his ideals.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what
Well, this one was
Solus
called
wishes
Regret,
to
right?
forget.
Or was it Misery? I
His
can't remember.
regret. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
Why are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
Right. But the Dread Wolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes open in the crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
And break. Witness the first memory of Fen Harel. Okay. View a memory in the lighthouse. Anyways, let's go talk to some companions here.
I'm sorry, but I find it completely unnatural.
I don't get why you think cremation's so bad.
Okay.
Everyone outside Navarra burns their dead.
All those lost vessels, fine mansions reduced to ash. Manfred, for instance, how would his wisp have fared if I hadn't given it a body?
How smart is he
What does
anyway?
Manfred understand exactly?
Simple things, but he grows. Spirits of curiosity,
Curiosity,
are voracious
okay.
learners. The more he experiences, the more sophisticated his conclusions. With guidance, of course.
Where or who'd you get his body from?
There was no single donor. The
Oh,
arms were
it's a
recovered from a charnel pit.
Frankenskeleton.
The ribs were a gift from a dear friend. And Manfred's wisp picked out his own skull from some donations. That was quite the day. He's been fine company during my necropolis excursions ever since.
I want to be nice to Manfred, but like also, it's just back at, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Oh, shit.
A greeting or a warning?
Oh, Manfred is the
I didn't mean to say that.
gentlest
I
of
thought it said,
souls.
tell me Manfred's
I
training.
encountered him as a
Not that he
waif in
is
the
trained.
necropolis years ago. A simple spirit, but so curious. He refused to leave my side.
So, you built a skeleton for the spirit to live in?
Spirits are formed from the emotions and desires of people in the mortal realm. Manfred's wisp came from curiosity. It's these spirits which animate the dead. Their drive revives the corpse, yet the corpse colors their actions. Thus, the eternal question, are undead inhuman spirits puppeting a body, or does some shade of the departed return?
I want to believe, please. No, I'm not saying that. X-Files mentioned. I want to believe it.
It's got to bring back a little piece at least.
That's my belief as well. I swear I could see it sometimes, Rook. A glint of recognition of something more in the dead.
Hey, that's my sleeve. Are you trying to steal my buttons?
As well as a certain mischievousness. Manfred.
Okay, well, that wasn't the quest I was expecting. Give gift. Okay, we got a bunch of shit to hear. He's gonna thank you.
How thoughtful, Rook.
Okay. You don't have a quest for me? We never did your little friendship quest. What the hell? Did we? I don't... Wait, we might have done it. It might have just been so blasé that we did it. Is there a way to like see past quests? No. Completed. Okay. No, we haven't. There's only 6 companion quests here. So what the fuck? Give me your damn quest, Emmerich. I want to go on your little companion date. Let's see. Regret. Oh, they're all regrets. Okay. Sorry, I'm going back and forth between different things here. I should let me focus on the statuettes first. If we have any more. I don't know how many more we have.
I was not certain you would come.
You were the one who walked away.
I never turn my back when my friend needs me.
The Evanurists seek the magic of the Blight.
Impossible. The Blight is safely sealed away forever.
Though I wish I could believe you. I have sensed the breaking of the wards.
I will investigate your claims. If they forget the danger of the Blight, I will endeavor to remind them.
What if, instead, you left the Evanuris and remained with me? Do you not wish for freedom from this struggle?
Be at peace, love. I will stop them.
As you must. The Blight is our mistake.
Whoa. I need some more explanation on that. I mean, it's your the Evanuris mistake?
Mythal calls Solus love.
Yeah, I'm glossing over that. I don't care.
That's what it sounded like.
So they were doing it. The elven gods were free with their emotions. They felt things deeply. The way they express things, well, it feels romantic to us, but that wasn't really how it was. Back then, I mean.
Nah, they were doing it.
Maybe. Moving on.
Whether they were doing it or not, Solus cared about her. That's what matters.
So the Dreadwolf goes to Mythal. They might be fighting, but they have history.
And he warns her about the other gods using the Blight. That's more important than his rebellion. It's like kingdoms coming together when an archdemon rises.
Mythal didn't think it was possible. She said the Blight was sealed away. There's an old legend about it. Davrin, the one with Andrul's armor. Not sure it matters.
Ooh, tell me more. Tell me more.
We're deep in elven lore already. What's the legend say?
Right. Well, Andrul was the goddess of the hunt. She put on armor, magic armor, made us something called the Void, drove her mad.
I remember this one. The other gods were afraid Andrul would turn on them. She was doing all kinds of horrible things, causing plagues.
Okay.
Does sound like the Blight.
Oh, shit.
Well, it all ends with Mythal fighting Andrul. After, Mythal turned into a dragon.
She what? Why didn't you start with that?
Anyway, she took Andrul's armor away. Then Andrul's madness left, and peace returned.
Intriguing. So it's possible Andrul stumbled onto the magic of the Blight.
And when Andrul went mad, Mythal took it from her and locked it away.
Until someone started using it again.
Solus felt guilty. He did say it's our fault. So, like, what is that all about?
Okay, Solus warns Mythal about the other gods using the Blight. It's not just bad. It's something bad.
Yeah, the Blight was our mistake.
For. The Blight was our mistake.
How is the Blight their mistake? Did they find it? Did they make it? What does that mean?
Whatever it was, it convinced Mythal to take him seriously.
So Mythal goes off to investigate what Solus says. Then, what? It's too clean.
Seems plenty messy with them doing it.
But this isn't just a memory. It's something Solus wanted to hide. What's the crime? What did we see here that he feels guilty about?
I think I might know.
Oh.
When the Inquisitor was saving the world from the breach...
Yes, okay, I was going to
she
ask about
met
that.
Mythal.
Thank you.
What? Like in a dream?
In the fade.
It was complicated. She helped the Inquisition. There was a magic pond and a dragon.
Nice.
The point is, she also said the other elven gods betrayed her.
Yeah.
Killed her.
Okay, I was going to mention this and then I forgot, so I'm glad they mentioned it. I'm like, they're questioning all this Mythal stuff, but Harding knows that the Inquisitor met Mythal, so I wanted to see that brought up. Obviously, we don't get the Well of Sorrow's choice, which sucks, but like, at least we're getting acknowledgement that there was some sort of meeting there. What do you mean by killed?
Okay, sorry. Point of order. If they killed Mythal, how was she still around to help the Inquisition?
Elven god magic? She'd spent centuries gathering strength and sharing people's bodies, I think.
If it was a truly benign possession, that speaks to her character.
I don't know what it explains, but yes, that explains it.
So there's the shame Solus wanted to erase. He blames himself for Mythal's murder.
Well, it's not just that she died.
What do you mean, Tosh?
It's... Ugh. There was stuff he wanted to tell her, but he waited too long. And then she was dead. He never got to make it right. That twists you up.
It sounds personal.
That's it. There's our crime.
Doesn't really tell us anything we can use, though.
We know more than we did. That's something.
Then I guess we keep our eyes open if we come across more of these memories.
Good meeting. Thanks for being here, Lucanus. Thanks for being at the table. Ooh, we got another one. Okay, how many of these statues do we have, dude? Like, it can't just... Is it all the statues have been collected, the skill point statues? Because if so, that's like, we got a lot of them. We got at least 5. Oh shit, here's the veil creation.
You dare to try to cage us, jealous of our growing power.
You will pay the final price for this betrayal.
We warned you not to use the Blight. For this, and for Mythal, I sentence you to sleep in exile ever after.
Okay.
Your own lives will form the veil that keeps the horror you unleashed at bay.
Your own lives. It's kind of sad they couldn't afford to have other Evanuris, even just their voices, you know? Like, they're like, we only introduced these two.
So he locked the gods away and created a veil between this world and the Fade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were terrible, no question. But what he did, it didn't just stop them. It destroyed our culture, our world.
It wasn't just to stop them. It was to stop the Blight. We've seen how bad Elgar'nan and Gillenane are. Imagine all 7 corrupted gods running wild.
So he created the Veil just to keep the elven gods locked in their prison?
Yes, to keep them from accessing the Fade. But was the creation of the Veil around the world an accident?
You heard him yelling. That's not the sound of a ritual going right.
What do you think, Rook?
Lucanus, do you have like anything to input into this conversation? It's just like, yes, yes. Rook, what do you think? He was fighting tyrants. Innocent people died. Okay. I'm trying to stick to the lower options here in general, but also this innocent people died thing, I'm like, I want it to be about the fact that, you know, justifying his actions of that, you know, the Evanuris were killing innocent people, so the fact they put it up is a good thing. I don't want it to be like, I don't know. I'm just afraid of the way it's going to come off here.
When I joined the Shadow Dragons, the first thing they told me was to remember why we were fighting. We protect those who couldn't protect themselves. You don't start fights that could endanger bystanders.
Okay.
I know Solus had to stop the gods, but a lot of innocent people died because of his big, flashy trap.
Fair odds he agrees with you.
I don't know.
That's why he's ashamed of this memory.
I had another question, and I'm sorry, maybe this doesn't matter, but Solus trapped the blighted gods in an ancient elven building, right?
That's what it looks like. Maybe a palace? Fancier than what I've seen in Arlethan, at least.
And then, the Magisters were lured into the Fade. They broke in, which let the Blight escape, and turned the Golden City black.
Yeah.
Right, and the Black City hangs in the Fade, a little reminder of their mistakes. What's wrong, Lace?
It's just... the Chant of Light says that the Maker built for them the Golden City, the center of all creation.
Oh shit, are we doing
But
this?
if the Golden City was an ancient elven palace,
Oh, we're doing this.
Then the Maker didn't build it. The elves did. The Chant of Light is Andraste's visions from the Maker, but it sounds like it's wrong.
You're asking if we just disproved the entire Andrastian faith.
Did we?
Ooh, yes, yes, yes. I'm glad. I talked about this in one of the first episodes, but with the theory that the elven gods are the Maker and Andraste, you know, the Chantry. I'm choosing to believe this. Okay, let's see what are the options there. Confirm continued belief in the Maker. I still believe, no, we're not doing that. Speak as someone who does not believe in the Maker. Don't let this shake you. Maybe. Put aside questions on the Maker. That's not a problem. No. Do not give personal review regarding belief in the Maker. The lessons are what matter. No. Speak as someone who does not believe. Share Harding's belief and anxiety at learning this. I believe this hurts me too. So it's either 2 or 5. Don't let this shake you. I'm sorry this hurts. Ooh, it's tough. Like, my character is not Andrastian, but I do want to, like, acknowledge that I share this belief that Harding just, you know, the conspiracy here. I want to be like, yes, I'm on that conspiracy theory. Okay, I think we're doing it. I'm sorry this hurts.
The Maker was never my faith, Lace. But I'm sorry this is hard for you.
The chant of light has seen many iterations over the centuries. This may simply change our understanding of it.
But this was the one I grew up with.
Aww.
My ma still sings the chant. You know?
The Dalish clans are struggling with the same thing. What do we keep? What do we lose?
The Elven Gods, the Maker. No matter who you light a candle to, you've got some hard questions to ask yourself right now.
Doctrine is not the truth. It is one of many paths to the truth.
I recognize the sentiment, though not the specific quote. Who said that?
My mother.
Questions of faith aside, we have some very real gods that still need killing.
Looks like there are 3 more of these murals with the Dreadwolf's old
3 more,
memories.
okay.
Wonder what else he's hiding.
Do I have all 3? Okay, you guys can just chill out here, you know. I'm gonna keep doing these murals as long as I have then. So, you don't have to keep going back to your little hidey holes and coming back. This is the kind of shit I've been waiting for in this game, dude. Some lore drops, some fucking... But I do love these little moments when you can intersplice Rook's personality and be like, I don't know how much it's going to come up later in the game, like remembering, okay, you chose that option, but I do like the idea of, okay, you chose to speak about this particular way in this tone. You know, you're not a believer, but you want to comfort her, that kind of stuff.
You have so long observed the world. Why not consider joining it?
But I have no desire to live as humans. I have the Fade. Besides, this talk of taking on a solid form. I think you underestimate the danger. When you took the glowing stone to build your body, did the earth not shake?
Delirium gives us the strength we had when we were of the Fade. We are the best of physical and spirit.
Some dwarf shit's about to happen. I can feel it.
I need your wisdom, Solus. To withstand the louder voices who would go too far like Elganon. I need you.
This is madness. You must know that. I will always follow where you go.
We're about to get some dwarf knowledge here. I don't know what. I don't quite understand. It looks like Mythal was spirit form and did something to corporealize.
This is astounding. The ancient elves were spirits who voluntarily manifested a physical form.
I'd rather go back to talking about the Blight.
Hey, Lucanus. Could Spite turn into an elf?
No.
Sorry, but... what?
I'm with you, Belara.
This is... I don't even know what this is, and I'm not even an elf. I can't imagine what you and Davrin must be feeling.
It's fine.
We're spirits. What does this even mean? Could I accidentally banish myself?
To be clear, this memory only shows that the first elves originated from spirits. Belara, you and Davrin are no more spirits than anyone else conceived naturally.
Conceived naturally? Guess I'll go ask my mother.
The knowledge that an entire people were formed from a mass manifestation could change our entire understanding of magic.
If we let it out, is that the right call? Do you want bigoted humans yelling about how elves are demons?
Davrin's got a point. World's not short on small-minded humans.
Huh. Yeah, I'm going with, I don't want to cause harm, but I just want to take this opportunity to think, sorry. Okay. I was expecting something else from that mural. I wasn't really expecting that was the lore drop. But I'm trying to think of how that makes sense. So the original elves, like the Evanuris, were just powerful... They weren't even powerful mages, they were powerful spirits? Is that what's going on? And they corporealized or whatever. because the way that I'm seeing this, originally I thought that mural was taking place after the veil being formed, but I feel like this is talking more like, because if it was after the veil was formed and Mythal is dead, hypothetically, that's how she's able to come back, is because she's in spirit form, and so she's able to corporealize or whatever. That's what I was taking from the lesson, but the way that everyone's talking here, it sounds like this mural might have taken place before the veil, and that the Evanuris then, in general, all of that, not just Mythal, or maybe even just the ancient elves, period. I don't know about if it's just the original 7 Evanuris, or if it's like all the ancient elves, but they were spirits who became so powerful they corporealize and they have magic. That's why they're so strong, maybe, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I don't want to cause harm.
If the world learned about this and it led to attacks against elves.
Elves have enough trouble as it is down in Ferelden.
We have to tell someone, though. Strife and Ireland, at least.
If I told Thea and Viago, they'd think I was sampling Viago's poison collection. No one would believe us.
Okay. We keep this to people we trust who have good reason to know. No shouting it from the rooftops.
Agreed. The Morn Watch has a great deal of experience keeping dangerous secrets.
So, beyond the world-shaking stuff, what else did we learn?
Yeah, that's what
Solus
it means.
himself was a spirit.
What kind do you think he was?
Well, his name is Elven for pride.
Oh, okay.
There's something else. Not about spirits, or not all about them at least. Solus didn't want to become a person with a physical body.
Yeah.
Right. He only agreed after Mythal begged him.
Then that's his regret. He wishes he'd never taken physical form.
Maybe, but not just that. Solus was scared. They built their bodies out of lyrium, and it made the ground shake.
This started the war. I don't want to be like, they attacked us, they hurt us, you know, it's like, you know, but it did create the conflict here.
You think the ground shaking was the Titans?
It makes sense, doesn't it? Something was hurting them, taking their blood.
So they struck back, like we'd swat a stinging bug.
The first memory we saw with Elganon seizing power, it happened at the end of a war.
A war between the Titans and the elves.
Oh.
And we just saw how it started.
Okay.
It feels like we still don't have the full picture. But I think that's part of what Solus regrets. He didn't see the danger.
Except he did. He was worried. You said it yourself.
He did it for Mythal. Everything that followed, he could have prevented if he just told her no.
Then he's got a war on his conscience. Plus, whatever we find next.
Nice. Noise. Yeah, so they use Titan's lifeblood to corporealize or something. I am kind of upset with how much Lucanus doesn't have anything to say. You know, Tasha at least is participating. She doesn't quite have a lot. She has occasional, like, here's some truth, but for the most part, she's just kind of like participating, whereas Lucanus is just like, I got my teacup here. Or coffee, I think he drinks, right? Oh shit, the dagger.
Have you created what we need?
With this, the proper ritual will sunder every Titan from its spirit. But you must know those severed dreams will certainly be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger. It is awful what we're doing.
And the only way to end this war.
So the Evanuris killed the fucking Titans? Severing the spirits from... What? What are we saying? What are we saying?
Solus made the weapon that killed the Titans. No, not killed. He cut away their dreams and left
That's
them
why the
broken
doors don't
and
dream?
mindless. He passed me in the halls of Skyhold for a year. He made polite conversation, and he knew. He knew what he did.
Ooh. Ooh. He broke my people!
He spent so much time talking about how sad he was for what he'd done to the elves. They'd lost their immortality because of him. They'd lost their empire because of him. My people can't dream. Nobody but Harding even knows what it's like. He took that from us.
Shit.
From me.
I'm sorry.
You didn't do it.
Our leaders attacked the Titans for their lyrium. Then, when the war turned against the elves, our leaders did this.
And when the war was over, they enslaved your ancestors. No. Solus, Mythal, and Elgarnon are the ones who need to apologize.
To do such a thing. No wonder regret eats away at Solus.
No, it's worse than that. That isn't what Solus regrets. Those severed dreams will be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger.
Mierda.
You can't.
Okay, thanks, Lucanus.
When a warden hears the calling, it's like a song in their mind. Sound familiar to you, Lace?
The song of Lyrium. Of the Titans.
We think of the Blight as this monstrous force with no
Wait.
mercy, no compassion. Evil incarnate. Instead, it's a caged animal. Mistreated and imprisoned for centuries. Until all it knows is fear.
Oh my god. Wait. I feel like I'm connecting the wrong dots here, so I want to talk it out. So, Solus severs the spirits, or whatever, from the Titans. That's why the dwarves can't dream anymore. And presumably cutting off their magic abilities, too. So that kind of explains... I mean, we'll get more, I'm assuming, but that gives us an inkling onto what's going on with Harding. She's connected to a spirit of a Titan somehow. And that's why she's getting magical powers now, because she's reconnecting. But what I was going to say is, if the way they're talking about the Blight now, Davern's bringing up the Blights and how that was a similar terminology used in this vision. What I think they're trying to say is that the severed spirit from the Titan is going crazy or whatever and becoming evil, malign, and that is when a blight occurs, which this is maybe the leap that I shouldn't be making, but we have learned in the past that the blights are because of the sealed, I don't know what they're called, the Forgotten Ones, the Elder Gods, whatever. They're... Oh, shit. Sorry, Mom. I gotta finish this tangent. They're sealed in the deep roads. The archdemons or whatever, they are the one, the archdemons are the ones who cause the blight. So when an archdemon reaches the surface, that's when a blight begins. So if the archdemons are really ancient dwarven spirits, I guess, or ancient titan spirits that are going evil and shit, and that is what creates the blights, is that what we're learning? I don't know. What about Darkspawn? That's that's as much as I want to say, can we fix the blight? I'm on this train of like, okay, how does this all connect still?
What does this mean for Darkspawn? Should we be trying to help them?
I don't believe so. If the Blight is a corrupted dream, Darkspawn may be mindless manifestations of its anger.
Right. They're not people. We're never going to get through to them.
The Titans are a problem for later. We have Elgarnon and Gillenane to deal with now.
And then I want Solus to look me in the eye and answer for what he did.
Each of these
Harding is doing
memories
such a great job,
deep
voice
regret.
actor. The voice
And almost
actors.
all of them involve Mythal.
Only one mural left to uncover by my count. If we find it, we'll see what's worse than this.
Only one more, damn. Oh my god, this is so good. I was not expecting today to be about this. Excuse me for a moment while I call my mom back. But we will get to this last mural. Shit. Oh, Mythal's death. This is a really recent one. This is when he absorbs her spirit in the end of Inquisition.
I knew that you would find me soon enough. You need the power of a god. The strength that I alone
Okay,
still
so he
carry.
used her power for this ritual that
The
failed.
blighted Evanuris will soon break free from their prison. I must make a stronger one that can contain them.
While the prison is important, it is not the only goal you seek.
Why should I not tear down the veil and bring back immortality to all the elven people? They deserve it.
The elven people of today do not deserve to see the world they love be torn apart to salve your conscience.
I must fix what I have broken. I am sorry.
As am I, old friend.
I kind of wish they had Flameth's voice actress for Mythal, but I get it. I understand the reason. Just like...
Solus killed Mythal? After all that? Is this another memory from a different time?
No. He wore that same outfit in the Inquisition. We knew Solus woke up in this world without most of his power. Now we know how he got it back.
By killing the only other god around and stealing her power.
All that epic magic and godly power. In the end, it comes down to love and murder. Same as always.
He needs to be right.
All these memories are about Solus being sad that he was right and nobody else could see it. He was right about how becoming elves would lead to war with the Titans, but Mythal wouldn't listen.
He was right that using the dagger on the Titans was evil. But Mythal wouldn't listen.
He was so proud when he imprisoned the other gods. Finally, he got to prove that he was right. They were wrong.
Then he wakes up in our time and finds out he was wrong. The elves have nothing. The Blight's a constant threat.
And Mythal's alive, somehow. But she still won't listen.
But this time he'll show her. No matter what it takes.
So, how does everything we know help us now?
He's being honest about fighting the Blight. Whatever happens, he won't risk letting it back out into the world.
Agreed. But he has a plan to escape that prison, and not one we'll like.
He turned on Mythal, the one person he was actually loyal to. There's no way he won't turn on us.
He's a spirit, or was once. He might be able to possess someone, affect minds,
Oh,
all the
shit.
things spirits do.
He created the veil. His very nature is tied to it. That will be a source of strength, but also a potential weakness.
Mythal has him all messed up. Anything about her or Elgernon is gonna make him angry. Sloppy.
Solus thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero.
Oh, yes. This sucked. It's good. It's all juicy. I love this conversation. Sorry, my brain is going to... I'm remembering my Inquisitor was so like, we need to save Solus from himself. He's just misunderstood, you know? Versus the other option is like, we need to kill him no matter, you know, that's the only way we can stop him kind of thing. So, but I'm just laughing because my Inquisitor is so much like, we can redeem him. This is not you, Solus. And then my Rook, like my current, with all the information that my Rook knows, he's very much like, fuck you, Solus. Fuck everything you stand for. I don't care about anything you're doing. I'm gonna stop you no matter what. So it's like, even though I was initially going into this game very much in the mindset of like, I will forgive you, Solus. I want to help you out. After all this information, my Rook is very much like, nah, fuck him. It's on sight when we see his ass. Okay, Solus thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero. Because I was gonna say he's wrong, but he's not evil. I'm like, oh, I don't know. We'll see. He's smart, but we know him. I don't know. Like, okay. I was very intentional saying my Rook because I think me with all this new information, I'm still very much, I can see the, you know, the objectivity of it, that he is wrong but not evil. You know, I think it still stands that he's for the people, by the people, we the people, right? So I understand that everything he's doing, there is a path here where it's like you can redeem yourself, just don't do it kind of thing. But like Rook is it's personal for him. It's about the fucking dwarves, you know. If it was just about the elves, maybe he wouldn't care as much or like take it as personally, but he Solus is the reason the dwarves don't have magic, can't dream, you know. They were severed from the Fade. So this is very personal for him. So he's not going to say he's wrong but not evil. Unfortunately, I really want to say that as a player, but as a rook, I don't think it fits for him. So I think I'm just going to say that works for now.
That gives us something to start from. Algernon and Gillenane are the two big problems right now. But when Solus makes his move, we'll be ready.
You have witnessed the Protector's tale.
Almost.
Dweller. Almost to its end.
Almost? How can there be more?
When the mighty fall, their echoes cross the ages. An audience is warranted. Speak with your visitor.
What are we talking about here? Is it Mythal? Are we going to talk to Mythal? What are you fucking talking about? Yeah, it has to be. We're talking to Mythal's fucking memory. The echo of Mythal. Oh, shit. Oh, it's Morgan. Okay. Okay. It's fucking Morgan. Okay. I really want to follow up on this, but just for game loading, we're going to finish up everything we have to do here in the Lighthouse first, and then we'll pick back up on this Solus, Morgan nonsense, all this fucking mural shit. This is so exciting. Unfortunately, we're taking a little secretary here.
Rook, interested in visiting the memorial
Yeah.
gardens?
Let's go.
What are you up to?
I must tend to some rites in the necropolis. I'd like to show you its more peaceful side.
Okay. Love that. See you there. This was not how I was expecting this fucking episode to go. Oh, God. Okay. Cool.
I cannot say.
Who created you?
I cannot say.
Okay.
What can you say?
I cannot say.
Right. Deserve that.
Got the archive spirit working, I see.
Rook, you're here. And I did. Sort of. A little bit. It appears, but it won't tell me anything.
You simply ask the wrong questions. A common affliction of the weak-minded.
Also that. It's kind of mean.
Insulted me. Show it who's boss.
You should remind that thing who's in charge.
That's an idea. Syrian learned a lot, taught me a lot about these archives. They have, well, not thoughts like us, but sort of pathways, I guess. They can only respond to specific questions worded in specific ways. So, if you're powerful, like almost God-level powerful, how would you talk to someone you see as lesser?
Forcefully.
Probably just tell them what to do.
Right. Don't waste time on them. Just get to the point. Let's try it. Archive, tell me who built you.
One of the greatest of Elvenan. A steward of her glory. Truly, I was blessed to bathe in his warmth. Anaris built me. And to him, I shall someday return.
You mean the Forgotten One?
I cannot say.
Good point. It came later.
Who's Anaris?
Did that name mean something to you?
He's a Forgotten One. Got told they were the bad gods. We couldn't speak their names.
Okay.
Not like the good gods, you know, Elgernon, Gillenane. But now we know the truth about the Evanuris. So we don't know for sure what the Forgotten Ones were, I mean. They used to say Solus was one, so best case scenario like him. Worst case, well, you heard it talk.
Right. So this thing's dangerous if it belonged to one of them.
Could be, but still important and invaluable. Everything Anaris knew, this thing knows, and my people deserve to know. If I can get it to tell me.
Okay. So yeah, Forgotten Ones. That's what I'm confused about. So we have you know, in Solus, previous lore, previous to this game, we knew that Solus kind of was the third party in a war between the Evanuris and the Forgotten Ones, and that, well, even before we knew it was Solus, it was Fen'Harel the Dreadwolf, right? And so the story goes that he tricked both sides, said, "Hey, come to this meeting point, and I'll fuck up the other side for you." And that's when he made the veil. That was the previous story, and now we know the truth about why the veil was created and all that shit. So, again, this is where my confusion is, and I'm not positive. I'm recognizing everything. I want to look up some codex stuff, but are the Forgotten Ones like the archdemons? They wouldn't be, because that would make sense. Like the archdemons I know are the ones in the Deep Roads, like I said. Previously those were sort of the gods. I thought those were gods that like were sealed away, and that when they get to the surface, that's when they become a blight. The old gods, that's what they're called. They're called the old gods. So that's a different thing than the Forgotten Ones, I guess. Okay. I kind of talked myself into that. Okay.
Archive, tell me about the Evanuris.
A group of cowards,
Ooh.
hiding behind their more powerful magic and superior numbers. Their jealousy of Anaris was palpable. Their war is unending. But Anaris will prevail.
Okay.
Archive, tell me about the Dreadwolf.
An ideologue and a fool who will soon pay the price.
Oh.
When Anaris dispatches the Evanuris, he will spare a thought for Fen'Harel.
Do what you need to do.
You have a chance to learn more about your people. Go for it. Just be careful. And try not to break anything.
Right. Thanks, Rook.
All thanks must be given
Okay.
to Anaris.
I wasn't talking to you, dude.
For he will cast down the oppressive Evanuris and take his rightful place.
What a shame I can't stay longer.
Ah.
Good luck.
Appreciate the support.
Okay, that was neat. We're getting some juicy shit here. This is such a good day for this episode. Some good shit. Did Nev want to talk? Nev, you want to say something to me? Oh, darn. Well, let's see if she just said something in passing. Hey.
If that dragon had taken Minrathous, I hate to think what the Venatori might do with that sort of chaos. A lot of people are alive. A lot of people have a chance, thanks to us. But we broke Lucanus out of the ossuary. He could finally go home, and now, what happens to Treviso now?
Well, we've already seen it. Sorry about that. I just saw this prosthetic leg here on the ground, which is cool. You know, I love your leg right now, but I'm like, what's this one about? You know? What are you doing with that one? I think we read this before. Still watching this. Hasn't moved over an inch. Okay. Let's see. Tasha's in the cafeteria here. The kitchen, whatever. The dining hall.
Why do you run around in fancy mage clothes?
Because I like them?
You're barely even wearing a shirt.
You fight Anton with a bare midriff.
Everything all right?
We're fine. Just trading fashion tips. So what I wear is a problem for you?
It's not. It's just... Why dress like that? Are you trying to make your mother happy?
Talk to us, Tosh. What's going on here? Tell us what's going on. What's the real problem here?
Tosh, what's going on? Something is clearly bothering you.
My bet's on mothers and dresses.
It's just something my mother said the other day. That I act more like a man than a woman.
And you feel like you should wear dresses to make her happy?
No. Can you imagine me in a dress? I'd look stupider than I'd look stupid.
Kanari can wear dresses.
But Kanari wear dresses all the time. Your mother does.
I am not my mother.
Clear and to the point. But her words got under your skin, and it's not just about clothes.
It feels... right. When she says I act more like a man.
Okay.
It feels right.
Okay.
Why does it feel right?
Tosh, do you like being a
Oh
woman?
shit, we're like having this conversation.
Nobody likes being a woman.
Ah.
This is stupid.
Dev
Forget I
said, I see it. We're here to help.
If you don't want to talk about it anymore, we won't. But whatever this is, this team is here for you.
I still don't know what this is.
Some of my friends in Minrathous talk about not feeling comfortable in their own skin. As a man, as a woman. I could see if they'd like to talk. Maybe what they say fits how you're feeling.
Yeah. Okay.
Yay!
And thanks. You do look really pretty.
Oh?
Look at. I'd smudge your makeup.
Thanks for letting me down gently.
Yay! Did we get a quest about this? Oh. Ooh. Food inventory. On a page torn from a notebook in Balara's handwriting. Things we have from Solus. Lots of salted meat, not sure what kind, not challah. Large quantities of raisins, seemingly untouched. Several jars of honey. From us. Fresh meat, all. Several varieties of cheese, Nev. Oh my god. If you guys didn't know, I'm from Wisconsin, so I'm not like the biggest fan of cheese, and I think I haven't tested it out, but I'm pretty sure I'm like getting lactose intolerant. I think that's a thing that most people go through with age. They become more intolerant of cheese and lactose. But anyways, I just think it's funny. Like, Wisconsin's known for its cheeses. Here I am swooning over the woman in the video game who is obsessed with cheese. Like, flour, me. Salt, me. Fresh rolled noodles, Harding. Some kind of paste made out of peppers and oil, Harding. Casks of fresh wine, all. Large tub of coffee beans, all. Small jars of very expensive coffee beans, Lucanes. Breaded sticks of cheese, Tosh. Again, that's very Wisconsin coded. Animal biscuits, Davrin. Fresh bananas, Emmerich. Fresh bread, me. Tub of butter, me. Things we need: fresh milk, any. Apples, ask Emmerich. More cooking oil, chocolate, Rook. Wine for book club. I think it's because I said I liked hot chocolate, even though that dialogue I did not care for any of the drinks. Morn watch. A distressing sight. How I regret visiting Amaranthine today. I'd set out to explore a chantry described in one of Brother Bedine's travelogues. Harding came along, but somehow had her fill after only a few minutes. While inspecting some exquisite mosaics, I spotted a funeral procession through a window. I watched frozen fast as the mourners fed a shroud into a bonfire. Harding didn't understand why I looked green. Don't those outside Navarra ever find it heartbreaking, dwelling on the departed without the comfort of a body? Even their ashes are scattered to the wind. Monthly stipend. I don't understand why Lucanus claims it's bizarre for Manfred to receive a modest monthly stipend. Manfred may need the funds one day, and is capable of making small purchases, with supervision. I admit, however, he fancies the strangest things. Some recent acquisitions: a silver-backed Antivan hand mirror, 20 blue marbles, 4 sticks of chalk. He presented one to Harding. A jeweled brooch shaped like a lizard. I had to make up the difference. He must learn to tell copper from gold. A brass cup, a rather fine quill knife, confiscated. 2 pounds of almonds, removed to the kitchen. Yet more string. The latest item costs nothing. Manfred's become very fond of a little wooden stick he enjoys pointing about. Okay. Lords of Fortune. It's the way I don't see gender stuff. Okay. Meeting shadow dragons to talk gender stuff. Writing notes to work through gender crap. Showing to Rook for help, maybe. Mivar is pretty. Tarquin tough. Both trans. They are. I called it in the last episode. I talked to both of them and I was like, is this a trans thing? I don't know if I caught Tarquin. I don't want to say it like I caught them, but you know. But, you know, like, I'm glad that I picked up at least on Mivaris, that there was something going on there. I don't remember if I caught on Tarquin or not, but I like that, you know. Okay, we got confirmation. Both open about being trans and said I could share stuff if it helped me on my journey. I did not ask for a journey. Trans means was other gender, then changed? Wait, no, was always a new thing, just now acknowledged. Not changing, affirming. Trans woman is woman. Not feeling right in body's dysphoria, whole big thing. Could feel like want to be guy instead of girl? No. Could feel like not connected to body? Not everyone does this. Could feel uncomfortable with girls who act more feminine? No, I like girls. Girls smell good. But like hanging out with lords more than girls. Ashamed of not doing what your gender should do. Ugh. Getting euphoria is feeling right. Non-binary means not man or woman. Can feel like either. Can look like guy, girl, neither. Some use she/he, some swap, some use they, but still single with name. Flynn is non-binary. They are coming this way. Confusing, but sure. Also gender fluid. Feel different on different days. Can switch pronouns. Don't think that's me. Agender, bigender, demigender, others. Lots of different ones. Not me, but okay. Never too late. Valid even if no words. When younger, blah, blah, blah. Mavara-san notes and is mad. Write this down exactly. You're valid. People will say you're not enough this or too much that. Do not let it diminish you. No two journeys are alike. That's wonderful. Embrace it. Did you get all that? Okay, fine. Nice. I want to follow up on this because I don't want to misgender Tosh. That's if you notice in the first video we met Tosh, I was very like, I don't know how to refer to you. But then they kept saying she, so I'm like, okay, for now I'm going to call you she. But now that we're bringing this up, I'm like, okay, maybe it shouldn't be she. So I'm curious where we're hanging out here with that. Oh my god, this episode is so packed with cool stuff right now. Okay, we need to talk to my other three friends here. Let's see what they've got. Okay.
Well, it's all as you left it.
Close enough. I think the caretaker's been tidying up. Rook, now's not the best time to chat. Let's talk later.
You wanted to talk. You're the one who wanted to talk, bro. He really said, I'm going to move on if you don't talk to me. And then I talked to him and he said, I don't want to talk right now. Fucking honest.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Please do. I need to hear an actual voice now and then.
Can't imagine why.
I'm starting to dream that I'm a griffin. Squawk.
Nice parenting skills.
Well, you get high marks for effort.
He's toying with me. So what brings you by?
Just curious, really. Wondering what it's like being a Grey Warden. They've always been these legendary warriors living apart from the world.
Don't know about that. I spent time with people who were bad right up till they took their vow.
How so?
Weishaupt is the last stop for the wrong sort. If you're facing prison or worse, you can always join the Grey Wardens and take your chances with the Blight.
Ooh. Tell me about Weishaupt.
I heard about Weishaupt. Never been there.
It's a giant fortress and home of the Grey Wardens. It's been standing for as long as anyone remembers. At least since the first Blight.
Does it have floating buildings like the Lighthouse?
No, but things float up from the latrines.
Huh. Fun bunch you hang out with.
The wrong sort have their charm.
Who are the wrong sort?
And just how wrong are the wrong sort?
Thieves, brigands, pirates, and the odd murderer now and then.
Sounds fun. Right up to the murdering.
At least now they're murdering Darkspawn.
Yeah. Why is the first warden angry?
Has your first warden always been, well...
a stubborn bastard?
One way of putting it.
He means well in his own way. He's old-fashioned. Tradition is everything. Keeps us disciplined. We never deviate from it.
He'll have to. Elganon and Gillenane won't play by his rules.
If he even believes in them. The man doesn't have much imagination. Even the right sort can be the wrong sort.
I mean, I'm not I already flirted with Avern, and he's already got the wrong idea. Okay, he already thinks something's going on here, and I don't want to encourage that more. So I don't know. Would my rook join the Wardens? I feel like he might, but like he's not interested in fighting Darkspawn. He's interested in like being. He's got a savior complex, I think. So it's not really about fighting the Darkspawn. It's about doing the right thing, and I think in this game specifically, they're very much pushing the Wardens to be like, oh, they're the Darkspawn killers. You know, this is the Blight, whereas he's more about just standing up for the underdog kind of thing, which I think the hero of Ferelden, you know, in Origins, that was, you got more of a sense of worldly, like, Wardens help out everyone kind of thing, even though it was mainly about the Blight. Obviously, it was more about, like, doing the right thing kind of thing. So I don't think I'm going to say enjoying the Wardens, so I guess I prefer prison. I don't know.
I'd rather take my chances in prison.
It's not all bad.
When does it get good?
When Darkspawn threaten a village, when innocent people are in danger, then we swoop in, swords held high, armor gleaming, while 100 faces.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is
good
shit.
They all live to see the sunrise because of what we do.
Okay, now I get it.
Best part is the Warden fighting alongside you. Maybe they've done some bad things in the past, but after that day, it's different. There's some honor in their life where there wasn't before. Nothing like seeing redemption happen before your eyes.
Everyone deserves that.
We all need that chance. Put past sins to right.
It makes the Warden stronger to have people in our ranks who've lived in the shadows. When the storm comes, you don't want farmers and florists fighting archdemons. It takes the wrong sort to put the world right.
Kinda like us, I suppose.
Minus the skeleton butler.
I don't know. Manfred the Warden. Has a ring to it.
How about we quit while we're ahead? See you around.
Okay. Nice. You want to talk some more? Oh, I got something for him. Probably a wood carving. Oh, what the fuck is that?
Good taste.
It's like some sort of how to tell your griffin apart kind of thing. I don't know. Okay, Harding, what you got? Pet us on first.
Hi there, boy.
Okay. I was just thinking, I'm like, it's been an hour already and it's only been dialogue, which is fine, you know. It's nice. It's good dialogue. It's just like, I was not expecting this today. I was expecting exploration.
Hey, Harding.
Oh, Rook, hi. Is there something you need?
Do you want to talk?
I thought you might want someone to talk to.
Oh, Rook. That's sweet. I'm fine. Really.
Really? Okay, well, we're all here if you...
Never mind. I can't lie. I feel awful.
Is it about the Titans?
It's Solus's memory,
yeah,
isn't it?
okay. I was wondering if we were going
They
to talk about
stole
that.
Titan blood to walk the world like humans. And when the Titans didn't like that, they just took their spirits. Should I be angry or sad? Why aren't I angrier? It's a lot to handle.
Dwarf. Woo! Dwarven dialogue option.
I want to say I know how you feel, but I don't. I'm not connected to the stone like you are.
And still, I feel like I don't have all the pieces of the puzzle. It's strange. I don't hate Solus for this, even though a part of me thinks I should. I don't even want revenge. Revenge won't bring the Titans back. It can't erase what happened. And the Inquisitor thinks Solus can be saved. And I want to try. But I just want to talk. As equals. I wonder if he's even capable. Solus was always distant. Guess it's hard to react when a magic rock's talking at you. Anyway, thanks for checking on me. I'll be alright.
I know. You're Ace Harding, child of Titans. You can handle anything.
Oh, shut up.
Nice. I like that. Okay, and then that was it, right? 1, 2, 3. Everyone's done. Okay, we're gonna go to the crossroads and see what we can do here. All right, Morgan, what's going on?
How did you get here?
I did tell you I had my
it's like
ways
we
through
talked about this already.
Illuvians when I introduced you to the Inquisitor, did I not?
The Illuvians in general, yes, but not the Dread Wolf's crossroads.
I would think you have more pressing questions at the moment. Questions about Solus and Mythal?
Mythal?
The two gods have always been linked, have they not? First, when Mythal bade her companion spirit to abandon the Fade and take on mortal form. Then, when Solus spilled Mythal's mortal blood, that he might absorb her power as his own.
Wait. How do you know exactly what we saw of Solus's past?
Think upon it, Rook. You saw for yourself in the Dread Wolf's memories. When Mythal stood against the gods' manipulations of the Blight, she was betrayed and struck down. Yet she survived and returned ages later to aid the Inquisition in its hour of need.
She's my mother.
How?
I mean, how should I know that though? Like, something about spirits, yeah.
So, if Mythal was originally a spirit, maybe that's how she survived her body's death.
Very good. Mythal was a spirit turned elven. And when her body was struck down, to spirit, she returned. Her essence sheltered in a willing mortal vessel. Over the centuries, she journeyed from host to host.
Just say it. Just say it's your fucking mom. Okay.
Power anew.
Enough.
Until once again, she was struck down. On this occasion, by Solus. He absorbed her power, but not her memories.
Then where did they... Wait. You?
As you say.
And you're her.
So you're the next host of Mythal?
Believe it or not, as you choose.
What? That was like how Elganon and Gillenane can talk in your head, but...
'Twas Mythal you heard, her echoes. Yet I am not the goddess returned.
What are you, then?
I once feared Mythal would consume me were I to carry her, but 'twas not so. I remained free-willed and mortal. What I now possess is but a spark of Mythal, shadowed memories through which to sift for meaning. As to our admixture, I suspect you have questions.
I suspect you have questions. Okay, like... I don't mind this story development, but it's just like... Having the Well of Sorrows choice in this moment would be so cool. Be like, it's either the Inquisitor or you. You know, how hard is that to just like have two different characters? You know, one of them can be the heir of memories or whatever, right? You know, that's so simple. And then they're in the crossroads talking to us now. We've already been introduced to the Inquisitor, so it's not so crazy. It's just, all it would be is just having the voice actor, I guess the two voice actors, or the 4 voice actors for the Inquisitor, would also have to record the dialogue that's going on here, which is not that hard, you know, I guess it's a money thing, but still, like, that could have been an easy acknowledgement of the Well of Sorrows at this point. My second gripe with this scene is that we haven't even fucking talked about Flemeth at all. You know, like, I follow this train of logic of why Morgan is the heir and everything, but it's just like, just say it explicitly. You know, she's kind of just like, I absorbed her memories. Why? We're glossing over that fact of why. And then she can just say, okay, it's because, well, Flemeth was the previous host who was my mother, and, you know, that's why we have a connection. You see, I have a little crown thing. There's just no reasoning right now. It's just like, oh, okay, I have it. Wait, why aren't you Elven?
How can you carry Mythal's soul if you're not an elf?
Her spark has sheltered within both elves and humans who were sympathetic to her in thought and circumstance. Mythal's last host was a woman wronged,
okay,
trapped by those sworn to love her. we may readily imagine their kinship.
Who is it? Who is this? Just say it's your mom. Oh my god. Why are they afraid to say Flemeth? What happened? Is there some like behind the scenes drama I don't know about? Why can't they say it was Flemeth?
So there's the soul of an elven god inside you. How does that even happen?
Mathal's last host was my mother.
Okay, finally.
Flemeth.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
When I learned she intended me to become the next receptacle of an ancient god's soul, I feared naught would be left of my own. It inevitably came to pass on a deep night. I was awakened by the presence of a blaze of magic in the shape of a woman who both was and was not my mother.
Amazing.
Wow. You woke up to a god floating over you.
'Twas a state between dream and wakefulness where strange things may happen to the spirit. Mathal's memories were both gift and burden, this blazing woman told me, but I must accept them of my own accord. The decision was paralyzing. What would it mean to become such a host? What would be lost if I refused? In the end, 'twas something in my mother's voice which guided me.
What was that?
Regret. Not the regret of a god, but of a mother who knew she would never see me again. And so, my mind remains my own. What I gained was knowledge, both Mathal's and of those who bore her.
Okay, that's good. Thank you, Morgan, for explaining. that was all I needed to make this more concrete. New gripe here. It's kind of related, but not really the dialogue they're talking about right now. I know that Kieran is not acknowledged at all because he is not a canon world state. He is a choice-based thing, Morgan's son, which sucks. Like I feel like there's so much that could be happening with just, does Morgan have a son or not? And does he have the old god soul? You know. So whenever, I don't know, it's just such a weird absence of like, oh yeah, I have a 20-year-old son. Well, she's not even gonna say that because she doesn't. In this world state, there is no. It's Schrodinger's son, you know. Sad. How'd you and Solus get along?
You would have met Solus in the Inquisition, right?
I did indeed. 'Twas before I possessed Mathal's memories. At the time, I thought Solus a scowling elven apostate whose sole passion was finding arguments. He heard me, in all my ignorance, expound on the histories of the elven people, explaining legends he had witnessed himself.
Bet he loved that.
'Tis not a memory that brings me pride.
Can you help against the gods?
Do you have information we can use against Gillinan or Elganon? Or Solus?
The last time Mathal faced Elganon and Gillinan, she was struck down by the very dagger you now carry.
Okay.
What about Solus?
You may recall he murdered Mathal's former host to claim her godly might as his own. I hoard no untapped magical secrets, Rook. What I do possess, I share freely with you and the Veil Jumpers.
All right. You didn't come out here just to tell me you're Mathal.
I am not Mathal in her entirety, but yes. The Dreadwolf has occasion to visit you in dreams, where he portions out advice. And now, after finding his memories, you have peered into his deepest sorrows. Tell me then, what do you make of Solus?
Oh my god. What do you?
I should ask you. Mathal knew Solus better than anyone.
I would influence your answer. Or do you mean to discover if I would stand directly against the Dread Wolf were there a need?
Would you?
I shall aid you in any way but that, even had I the power. What has passed between Solus and Mathal, I beg you, do not ask this of me again.
He is a self-pitying monster. He is trying to help. I'm gonna say he's torn but doesn't know it. Because I truly believe that it is what it is. You know, he wants to do the right thing. He keeps fucking up though. He needs to just like get his head out of his ass. It'll move over. He's making everything worse.
Solus talks a lot about what has to be done, being forced to make hard choices. But it's like he's trying to talk himself into it. I think deep down he doesn't entirely believe what he's saying.
'Tis exactly like the old wolf to tie himself into the most intricate knots. 'Tis not malice which made Solus your opponent, but conviction.
Yeah.
A belief that only he may halt what
Right,
he set in
exactly.
motion. Yet Solus was once beloved of Mythal. 'Tis his very loyalty and love for his people that led to the tragedy we now face. You may be in a position to determine how it ends, more so than either of you might realize.
I'll be ready.
If that's what it takes.
Such determination. Have you not even a tremor of doubt?
Wouldn't do me any good.
Ooh,
If you would
look at
shape
that.
the outcome of
Such
your
a beautiful
battle,
background.
I've one last secret to share.
Ooh,
When
secrets.
Mythal was struck down by the other gods, it was with her own lyrium dagger.
Okay.
A dagger you now carry. Solus recovered it from Elganon, and from it extracted a fragment of Mythal that had lain hidden within its depths. This fragment, a younger sister to the one I carry, if you will, resides here, in the crossroads.
Oh, that's where that fucking
I
place
can
goes.
open the way for you.
Yes.
Find her, survive the encounter, and the essence you obtain will aid you in times to come.
Okay, let's do it, girl. Yeah, fuck yeah. Survive the encounter. There are 2 Mythals.
Another fragment of Mythal, in addition to the one inside you.
You are aware of what the word fragment means, are you not? One small piece of many, formed when something greater is broken. The first elves were spirits, as you well know, and when a spirit is broken, it may shatter into pieces, each holding part of the original. Among the ancient elves who became known as gods, Dirthaman and his brother, Falondine, are but one example.
Hey. She's not friendly?
You make it sound like this piece of Mythal is going to attack me.
You know Solus, and have seen Elganon, and memories of Mythal. They are creatures of emotion, as all spirits are. The fragment of Mythal that resides in me lived among mortals for thousands of years. She has grown wiser and more patient. This younger sister has not. She is the essence of Mythal as a god. She is unlikely to listen to polite requests, and though she is but a fragment of the goddess, the battle will test you sorely.
If she's just going to attack us, why tell us about her at all? We have enough enemies already.
I want the fucking information.
A god's essence is a powerful thing. It may give you options against Elganon and
Choice?
Galanin, or against the Dread Wolf himself, should he prove as cunning and treacherous as ever.
About types of spirits.
What kind of spirit was Mythal before?
Yeah,
she
that's what I was gonna say.
I know
She mentioned that
Solus is
again.
often for pride.
Mythal enjoyed ruling and having power, but it came not
She's
from
probably
the
wisdom or
overweening
something.
desire to crush resistance, as is the case with Elganon. The emotion that inspired her might
Benevolence,
best be
okay.
described as benevolence, a guiding hand inclined to kindness. But like any spirit, when angered or twisted against her purpose, a more violent aspect arose. Where the Dreadwolf's wisdom gave way to pride when the world did not meet his standards, Mythal's benevolence gave way to retribution.
Oh,
After all,
that makes
when
sense.
kindness fails, the guilty must be punished.
Yeah, that makes sense for her story. Could you talk to her?
You would know this aspect of Mythal better than anyone. Could you try talking to her?
I dare say she would attack me on sight.
Spirits can't get along with fragments of each other.
Spirits, certainly. But the aspects of a self-righteous god who have walked different paths for ages? One bears the insult of her betrayal by the Evanurus, and then by Solus, as fresh wounds, insult upon injury. The other once fell in love with an Alamari chieftain and lived happily in a swamp for centuries. Each reminds the other that another path existed, that they could have been wrong, and nothing angers Mythal like being wrong.
Any suggestions?
If I were to try to talk with her, do you have any suggestions?
She will demand respect, but detest flattery. She appreciates righteous anger, but will not tolerate pity. She is, for want of better phrasing, prickly. But if you are determined to try, then I wish you luck.
See what I could do.
Thank you for the information, Morrigan.
I only ask that you reflect upon what I have said. The Dread Wolf is not so apart from the world as he thinks. There, you have the advantage of him.
Okay, see you later. My question is, am I ready for this boss fight? Like, is it gonna be something I can't do at the moment because it's too difficult? We're obviously gonna try, but I'm just like, is this gonna end badly for me? Is this not gonna go the way I expect it to? Caretaker?
A god's fragment, sharper than the whole. Prevail, or be sundered completely.
This is like the ruins of the place we fought, right? Or at the beginning of the game. Nest of the Ancients. What the hell? Oh my God.
Close to where Morrigan said that other fragment of Mythal was.
Okay, well. Okay. There's somebody there. Who's that? The trader's last word. The stone nearby bears the gouges of titanic claws. A message has been carved shakily into the ground with a broken tooth. They accused me of treachery against Fen Harel and cast me down from the heights. I protested my innocence then, I protest it now, crawling with my limbs shattered, but there is no one to hear, so I offer myself up for the execution that once most pleased the gods. May the name of Nunael be cleansed with flame. Who? Who? That's a fucking dragon. I had a feeling we were gonna fight a fucking dragon. Isn't that fun? Ooh, a missive. Message from the front, the fight for the south. Rook, though the circumstances prompting our meeting were perhaps not what either of us would have chosen, I'm glad we did meet. I had heard of you from Varric, of course, and Harding spoke, and continues to speak highly of you. However, the greatest vote of confidence came from Morrigan. She's always had a knack for spotting those who might shift the foundations of the world, even if they don't know it yet. So it was she who suggested we meet, and as always, heeding her counsel proved to be the wisest decision. Unfortunately, I send grim tidings. The echoes of Solus's ritual and the escape of the gods rings across the south, and the smell of war is heavy in the air. In Orlais, a splinter faction of the nobility has made common cause with the Venatori, and launched an assault on both the royal forces of Orlais and the border keeps of Ferelden. On Tom, corsairs harass shipping out of Ostwick, and in the far southern wilds, blight has emerged once more. Darkspawn in great numbers have been spotted near the ruins of Ossigar. But I told you to leave the south to me, and I stand by that. I share this news not to ask for help, but to remind you that you and your people are not alone. The gods stir up the greatest evils in Thedas, yet his people stand stalwart and resolute. Take care of the gods in the north, and I'll make sure that the south handles itself. And when this is all over, we'll drink to victory. First round's on me. Why did she abbreviate yours like that? The Inquisitor. Writing from Navarra City. Dear Rook and Professor Volcarin, the Watchers are sending this letter for me. I'm the man who used to be enslaved by the Venatori. My name is Claudius. Thank you, bless you, for stopping them. I never would have seen the sun again if not for you. I can sew very well. The Watchers say there is a great call for tailors of the deceased. This was strange to me, for we do not need such things in the winter. But the Watchers have fed me and found me work. I can never repay them or you, but I will help clothe Navarra's dead. May you walk in the light, Claudius, a free man. Nice. Alright, let's see if we have to fight this bitch.
That has to be her.
How should we do this, Rook? Do you think she'll talk to us?
Guess we'll find out.
There's a chest over here somewhere, too. Wait. Okay, there's a chest in this statue. Oh, it's up there. Anyways, I'm sure we'll have access to it after this encounter. Hello? Oh.
You are Rook. I have seen you and your companions. I never thought to see children of the Titans scurrying about in the Dreadwolf's crossroads. And you know who I am?
Mythal.
The part of me that survived betrayal by the rest of the Evanuris, if this can be called surviving. Solus. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is denied me. All I can do is watch. Have you come to avenge the Titans from whom you were born? Or did you come to ask me to give up what remains of myself to help you defeat the monsters Elganan and Gillenane have become?
No. I mean, she is the reason. But, like, we need all the help we can get. I think my Rook has had a little bit of simmer down, especially talk with Harding and how she doesn't hold hard feelings. I think he's simmered down a little bit, and he's like, okay. I do want to say you're not going to help us just because, like, I feel like that's where it's going, but I also don't want that to be, okay, well, if you don't want my help, fuck you. You know, I'm scared that saying this is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I'm going to say I want your help.
I came here to ask for your help. The gods have endangered the world and...
You dare explain to me what they are doing. You are 1,000 years from knowing the proper words.
We saw Solus's memories, his regrets.
You saw the recollection he cultivated like a tree twisting to catch the sun. You wish for my help? Convince me. Make your case, and I will yield my essence willingly to help you against Elganan and Gillenane.
Got it. Let's go.
Fail, and I shall kill you for wasting my time, or you will kill me and obtain my essence in doing so. A harder-edged, simpler version. It has been centuries since a petitioner stood before me, so why should I help you?
Forget it, I'll fight you. Because I don't think we're worthy. I'm not gonna lead with that, at least. You know, I don't know which... I'm curious to see where this goes. Like, I don't have an idea of what is the right thing, but I do think it's either one or two. You know, Solus is helping me, I don't really care. You know, she never listened to Solus anyways, so, like, just because Solus is backing me, in a sense, that's not going to sway her. We must stop the Blight. I think she might be swayed by that because Solus, you know, they seemed, Solus and Mythal seemed, I want to say reticent, but that's not the right word. You know, they seem mournful, regretful about the Blight when they brought that up. So I think that might be swaying. And then we must stop the gods again. That I want to say that's like a good thing to say, but she got to piss me like, I don't fucking, you don't, you know, who you talking to me about the gods, little child? That's what she said. So like, I feel like she's gonna say the same thing. So I'm just gonna say we must stop the Blight.
If I don't stop the gods, the whole world will be corrupted by the Blight.
That is why you must succeed, so tell me why I must help you.
We know the truth about the Blight. We know it came from the imprisoned dreams of the Titans after you and Solus defeated them.
And?
Ooh. The Blight is your fault. She's a spirit of retribution. Possibly. Ah, shit. I want to save Scum so bad. I really want it. I was, as soon as this conversation started, I'm like, I should have saved, and I want to go back and try the right answers if I fail. But we're going to live with our choices. The Blight is your fault. That's why you need to help me, because you're the one who decided to do this.
And the Blight only happened because of what you did. You need to fix your mistake.
My mistake? I saved lives and ended a war.
That's why I was afraid she was gonna say something stupid like that.
Prove your worth or
Well, Tosh, here you go. Here's a fucking dragon for you to fight. Okay. Full transparency. Oof.
Everyone get ready.
I want to see when the last time we saved is. Because I'm going to get a weaker portion of her power. When was the last autosave? Ooh. The temptation. I'm gonna... Okay. The only... This is the first time I'm reloading. I am sorry, but I really want to see if there is a way to avoid this fight. I'm not gonna... This is my second... This is gonna be my second try. If it doesn't work this time, I'm gonna fight the dragon. It's fine. But I do want to see if... By saying because of the gods or whatever, you know... I'm going to make all the same choices, basically, except for that last choice, which prompted the fight, you know, blaming her for the blight. I knew that was kind of, like, not the right answer because, again, she's a retribution thing, and the gods are the ones she should be mad at, instead of making her angry at me, but I did just kind of want to be like, you, because you stood against it.
Stopping the blight mattered enough for you to talk with Solus even after he rebelled against you. It mattered enough for you to stand against the other gods.
And I was struck down for doing so.
Exactly.
By those I had ruled
so help me get revenge.
You made the difficult choice to protect your home because it was the right thing to do. Help me do the same.
Not bad, but not enough.
Oh, shit. Oh, God, we have to do this again. Oh. I have to make more decisions that are going to be questionable. Ooh, now I kind of want to talk no jutsu my way out of this whole thing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna brute force my way through this conversation.
To rule the world. Not after what they did to you.
I ruled alongside them for centuries. I bear them no love now, and they were ever flawed, as all rulers are. Yet the world needs rulers. So set the blight aside and tell me why I should help you topple them.
They wronged you. Retribution.
What they did to you was wrong.
And you care so deeply for the injustice done to me thousands of years ago.
You deserve justice. And they deserve to be punished for misusing their power and killing you when you tried to check them.
If you wish to prove your worth, you must do better than that.
I say Solus is helping me.
Solus is helping me.
Solus is using you. Besides, why should I esteem the Dreadwolf's approbation? He rebelled against me.
But the two of you stay close.
Until he killed the tattered fragment of me who hid inside the human swamp witch and wept. He keeps me here, yet has not visited since waking from his slumber. Tell me this. What should I have done when Solus turned against me after all we had been to one another?
Oh, I don't like any of these options. These are all not... I don't know. None of these really make sense. Because I brought up Solus, so, like, I'm obviously not forgetting him. So if I say, well, you should forget about Solus, then she'd be like, then why'd you bring him up in the first place? Fucking fight me. I don't think I'm going to say she should respect him because, like... That's not... I don't know. Should I just be sorry? Oh, I don't know if this is the right answer, but I'm gonna say it. In full transparency, you're getting a glimpse of me actually playing games because I'm so bad at this now where I will... Not always, but sometimes I will save scum if it's like a really dialogue heavy thing. I want to get the best ending, quote unquote. So I've been trying to avoid that this playthrough, and there really hasn't been anything major that I've wanted to be like, let's re-roll that. But for this Mythal thing, I really do want to get the good ending here with Mythal. I think it's important, and I think it's a very Rook thing to be able to convince people and talk to people and get on their level. You know, I feel like this is a player versus machine kind of thing, where I'm not smart enough for what the game is trying to get at, so I want... My end goal is that I want this to happen, but I'm maybe not picking the right choices because I don't understand her fully as a character yet. All that to say, if I fuck this up again, I am sorry. I am going to reload again till we get this right.
I am so sorry, Mythal. To be betrayed and then brought back, and to have the one person who remembers you not be able to face you.
Enough!
Okay,
I do
she's
not
mad
want
at
your
me.
pity. I do not need your pity. Your words are weak.
Okay.
Everyone get ready.
I told you, none of those...
Here we go.
None of those options sparked joy in me. Fuck. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But hey, I get some points for being honest, right? To be fair, I never clarified at the beginning of this playthrough I would not save Scum.
To where Morrigan said that other fragment
Yeah. Solus is helping me. Respected him.
Maybe you should have listened when he warned you about staying on as rulers after the war.
Are you saying I was wrong?
You asked me what you should have done. I can't prove my worth by lying to you. Solus didn't want to manifest a physical body or destroy the Titans. He did things he hated because he cared about you. Supporting you and Elganon becoming rulers was the one line he wouldn't cross. If someone who followed you everywhere refused to follow you there, what does that say?
Your arguments.
Oh shit. Okay.
Compelling.
I was not expecting.
Find you worthy, Rook.
Oh.
I have spent thousands of years watching. I shall miss that. But if what I am can protect the innocent and smite the guilty, this is what remains of me. I give it to you freely. Use it to protect this world with kindness when possible and cunning when necessary.
I will. Thank you.
I offer one further boon. I cannot enter the physical world or the pure fade, but in this place, I still carry some power. Evil has intruded here. The Blight, seeded by Elganon and Gillenane.
Yeah.
Find it, and when you meet your greatest challenge, I will fly one last time.
What other... Okay. Sure. I mean, I'll take it. Whatever.
The essence of a god. Like a piece of the sun. I've never felt something so... alive.
So the Dragon Lady came through.
The god knows her moment. At least her essence does. When the time comes, we'll be ready.
Okay. Mythal's light! A fragment of Mythal found the team worthy of her power and willingly surrendered her essence. That power now rests safely with the team, ready for when they find a way to use it to stop Elganon and Gillenane, or any other god who might strike. Oh
We
god.
did it. We got Mythal's essence.
Morrigan made it sound like she was gonna fight you. But she gave you her magic stuff just from you talking at her a bunch.
Not sure what we do with it just yet, but if Morrigan's telling the truth, it'll come in handy at some point.
Well, can't believe we did it on the first try. Oh god, I'm so sorry. I feel bad, but also like, I deserve this. I deserve good things. This is a video game. I can play it how I want. Okay? I could go on fucking easy mode if I wanted to, but no, I'm on normal. Okay? This is my playthrough, and I'm gonna play it how I want to. A refuge for Mythal. Solus always thought Mythal would join us eventually, that she was better than the rest of Evanuris. He made this place so that she'd feel comfortable here once she joined the rebellion. Now it's too late. Solus has sealed this place off out of grief. He won't let me in. I'm sorry, my friend. There was something left for the war to take from you after all. Velasan. What's in here? Ooh. Unique amulet. Pale reflection. Damage versus low health. Standard enemies are now always considered to have low health. Ooh, shit. Does not affect boss enemies. Defeating enemy grants 5% ultimate. Oh god, this might be better than my smash ability thing. Because that's always 20% damage. Ooh, what the fuck? Oh. And that night, when the sun had gone to sleep, Mythal gathered the glowing earth and formed it into a sphere to be placed in the sky. It deals no physical damage, but it does 80 of all elements. I mean, we can run around with it for a little bit. Whoa, the rainbow sword. Oh my god. Fragments of the Mythal. Excerpt of a letter from Seer Rowan of the Lords of Fortune to Emmerich and Balara. It's fascinating to hear of your group's encounter with the fragment of Mythal. If the elven gods are indeed spirits who manifested, they were complex enough to hold a variety of impulses and emotions. When Mythal was killed, each fragment might represent one part of her personality. Balara. Yes, when I asked the Dalish about Flemeth, she carried Mythal before Morrigan did. I learned that among the Dalish clans, she was known as Asha Belinar, respected as a mage even though she was human. It sounds like even though she wasn't trying to rule anymore, she still wanted to help. Or meddle. Mythal and Flemeth both like to meddle. Emmerich. Indeed, it raises the question of whether the fragment of Mythal that Morrigan carries was more naturally tied to guidance and wisdom than the more imperious spirit we met in the crossroads. They may be different facets of Mythal's personality, the mentor as opposed to the ruler. The fragments may have also originally been closer in personality, deviating over the years. One imagines Flemeth's fragments must have changed after centuries spent with mortals, and perhaps the Crossroads fragment grew frustrated by her own inability to affect the outside world. It could also very well be a mixture of the above. A spirit, like any person, may affect others and be affected by others in turn. So true, besties. The Fallen Protector, a Mask of Mythal. In narrative, she's the portent that spurs the story, suffering first and most, the forces that wish the tale untold and the hero unsung. That was grammatically not making sense. Mythal's Grace, a medallion bearing the symbol of Mythal, ringed with the notes of a song inscribed in spectral notation, music that cannot be heard in this world. I am interested in like fighting the dragon, but like I said, I really wanted that the good ending, you know. For once, there's nothing going on in Treviso. We love that. Hey, we cleared out this area. Oh, are we gonna go to the mystery?
Looks like the candles worked.
I see some of my colleagues have begun the renewal of the vows.
Yeah, we're checking out this mystery door. Nice. Alright. As Emmerich performs rituals to honor the dead of the Grand Necropolis, the senior necromancer opens up about his past. It's crazy. We hit 2 hours. It's obviously cut down, but we hit 2 hours. We barely done any fighting this episode. Ooh. It's a pretty place.
Thank you again for coming. My duties include tending to these rites of remembrance. Excellent. Manfred found his way down. Very good, Manfred.
He sounds excited.
I thought we'd start the rites here. A tableau of the dead, commissioned 173 years ago. These lives were flickers against the ages, precious, fragile, and finite. Now they serve as a warning. Don't linger overlong in the gloom. Live with grace and fervor while you may.
Why are there so many dialogue options about this is fucking creepy? Solid. I mean, I'm leaning towards solid lesson, but it is neat. Like, I don't hate it. You know, I'm kind of getting used to like, okay, they just celebrate the dead. You know, it's. I wish it was. I don't want to say. I don't know. I'm gonna come off as very uncultured, but you know, I like the aspect that they're going with of like worshiping the dead, you know, the afterlife kind of stuff, but I do kind of wish there was more to it than just that. More to their culture than just like, we love the dead. But I know this is like the whole faction is just like the Mourn Watch, you know. It's not specifically about Navaran culture, it's about Mourn Watch and specifically.
No one's going to seize the day for you.
Just so. That one's livelier. Here. Who were you when you breathed above?
This body was a tailor's, a mother's. She laughed and taught and wove the robes kings wore when they were crowned.
Okay.
Someone must realign her thoracic vertebrae. I hope the novices are inspecting the displays.
I mean, I'm leaning towards why bother, but I know that's their culture, like respecting the dead, so.
Seems disrespectful to abandon something you built.
Precisely. No wonder there's been an uptick in hauntings.
Wait, what?
Let's continue.
He said, roll that back. What about
So,
haunting?
What now?
We light candles in remembrance of the dead.
Okay, but is there anything to explore here?
Candle, Rook?
Okay, sure.
Look at this. The last tomb of the Tannhausens. A very influential family in the Storm Age.
We broke the bones of dragons.
A posthumous motto. Their last heir met his match against a Highland Ravager.
Death by dragon. Surprised there was enough to bury.
Do you know, I never expected that the door we found back in the Vault of the Beloved would lead here.
So, the necropolis actually shuffles its rooms around?
From time to time. Very unlikely to happen while we're inside a chamber.
Unlikely?
Could you light the next candle?
What about impossible? I'd like that word better.
Aha! One of my favorite flowers! A variegated weeping widower.
You know your plants?
Alchemy is my hobby. It's a break from teaching spirit calling and theoretical applied metaphysics.
Bet you'd love some of the books the Shadow Dragons liberated from a few magisters.
This way, Rook.
Okay.
You're right about the gardens being peaceful.
The necropolis has its dangers, but these places are a refuge for the dead.
How many people are buried here anyway?
Excellent question. We rarely should take a new census.
Examining the graves?
Okay. God, he's so cute.
You'll need to light these candles as well.
Okay, I will.
Open your hearts to the final day, companion of all the ages. I was pleasantly surprised by your respect for our undead tableau earlier, Rook. I'm beginning to think people outside Navarra find the necropolis a little unnerving.
Shadow Dragons are used to weird architecture. More skulls here, though.
The spirits gather. Only a few more candles.
We're gonna
Follow
ignore
me.
that? What's going on? A wisp.
Ah, look here.
Hello.
Hi. Should I say hi?
It's curious about you. We're also enjoying the gardens, but with one last ritual ahead. On your way, my friend.
Spirits really are your specialty.
I've always had a rapport with them. Even as a child, they were my companions.
After you started training here?
After I was orphaned.
Oh.
A collapsed building, swift deaths. After the funeral, the Watchers took me in.
Sorry about your parents. Yeah, I'm sorry about your parents.
Belated condolences, if that's what...
Always. We move on, as we must, but those long nights linger about the shadows.
How did you deal with it?
I didn't. When I first arrived here, I was terrified.
And you still joined the Watchers?
They're what saved me.
Okay,
Come, the next set of graves lies ahead.
Can we get some more exposition there?
There's much to recommend about the rhythm of a ceremony. It eases our worst hours. As a boy, the Watchers' rituals were exactly what I needed to steady my days with purpose.
And some death magic?
Well, every young mage needs a speciality.
Okay.
All this pageantry, this magnificent gloom and its rites, I ask you, Rook, what is it for?
It's gotta be the living, right?
Yes, exactly. This place is an abundance of history, of magic, of memories. The Watchers preserve it so the living may draw comfort from those who've gone before. We must get to the candle, please, Manfred.
You told Harding that Manfred used to be a wisp until you gave him a body.
Yes, he's taken so well to it. Haven't you, Manfred? Here are the last candles.
He's so cute.
Once you're ready, we'll need to ring the bell.
Okay. Well, do I have anything else to do here? Okay.
Let the rites be acknowledged. Our bonds seen and sealed. We honor the listening spirits.
Oh. Hello. You guys chill?
Hail from the abyss.
We witness, good Watcher, faith kept in all our paths.
What was...
The necropolis hosts many spirits. We thank these guardians for their protection and friendship. We'll need to ring the bell once more to close out the departing ceremony.
Okay. No.
So you were really afraid of this place as a child?
It wasn't the necropolis itself, but what was draped around it. Have you ever been frightened by the thought of dying, Rook?
This is... I think Rook isn't afraid of dying. You know, like I said before, he's very much got a savior complex, and like, you know, if he needs to die to do the right thing, he'll do it.
It's part of life.
I wish I'd had your equanimity when I was younger. That's when I discovered I possess a great terror of dying. It goes beyond dread. Can't be reasoned with or soothed over. It comes without warning. In the dead of night, sunlit streets, a raw, strangling fear. struck somewhere deep past the heart.
That's an issue for a necromancer.
Oddly, I discovered I wasn't alone. I debated this fear with friends. I argued with teachers. Yet, it lingered.
I got your tea here.
Manfred's right. That's maudlin enough. There are struggles, but a watcher should always find peace amongst the graves. And what sort of host would I be if we didn't end with some light refreshment?
Anything for Manfred. Okay, I'm gonna do his free flirt here.
Did you set all this up to make a good impression?
Of course not. I was only...
Because it's working.
Then it's my pleasure to share the tranquility of this place with you.
It's a very strange turn for the character I wasn't expecting. You know, I'm a necromancer, but I'm fucking terrified of dying. Like, what? That was not the end of that I was expecting. While performing rites in the necropolis, Emmerich confessed he's always been haunted by fear of his mortality. The rites brought him peace, however, and left him with an even greater resolve to face the perils of the world above. Okay. We're level 30! Which means I can get more specialization skills. Failure. Each cutting withers when I attempt to replant it above the necropolis. Somewhere along the ages, we created soil that breeds plants poisoned by the sun. What a pity. I would have enjoyed a cluster of moon lilies in my potted garden. Fire on the sands above stirs the breath and paints the sky. Insects flock in golden vaults, shepherds wake, and red hawks cry. Oh my god, I didn't even think that was a thing. But okay. Okay. Oh, we found volume 2. Nice. Okay, so that's what that was. Open sesame.
Let's see if we can figure this out.
Oh. Frost blown dark before the dawn, sightless gulf of endless sleep. No sound murmurs through the mind, nothing turns within the
It's a
deep.
meditative puzzle on the echoes of our actions.
Oh.
You know the solution?
It needs to be discovered if it's to have any meaning.
All right.
Do I just ring them all, or is there an order to them?
At once.
I think we just... Well, I'm going to follow the wisp. We'll see if it has a meaning here. Laughing youths in noonday shade clasp the harvest hand in hand, find the shrouder's lover's kiss, pluck the lily from the land.
Emmerich, this one's all yours.
Rise is now the evening star, counterweight to hail desire. Feel the old year's clutching toll, mark the banking of the fire. I think it's going through the times of day. Death's new bounty blooms awake, wrapped in silken morning sighs. Golden is your newfound birth, flame eternal in your eyes.
Of course.
Okay, that should be number 5, right?
Ah, that opened up something.
Nice. Do need to... Okay. Need to see if there's more of those little teleportation places. And there's a road there, it looks like. Oh my god. Ooh. Hello. Don't mind me. Just doing some looting. Thank you for your service. How many dragons am I fighting that Tasha's like got all this shit that's good against dragons, you know? From Myrna on rediscovering the gardens. Professor Volkarin, thank you for your missive. Your discovery of the new location of the memorial gardens is most fortunate. We fear the next public days of mourning would have to be held adjacent to the Charnel pyramids, which remain disagreeably cursed. I've recommended they undergo a lustration before next equinox. I regret to inform you that a portion of the basalt hypogeum has vanished. Its disappearance was more violent than the typical reshuffling of the necropolis. We will send word if it returns. Cordially yours, Myrna. On beetles. Saw some insects symbols down in the necropolis. Asked the necromancer. He says they honor the work of the humblest creatures in our funerary rites. Turns out a long time ago, some Navarin found a kind of beetle that eats your flesh when you're dead, only leaves a skeleton. That's still messed up, but without skin is better than with skin. Emmerich also said the Watchers have bred some fascinating variations over the years. Those beetles better stay in the necropolis. We've got enough weird crap in Ravane. From Tosh. The Visitation of Folktale. Here's a copy of that Navarin folktale you were interested in, Balara. I heard this around the fire a few times as a child. Many ages ago, there was a spirit that longed to see the world where people dwelled. Others of its kind warned that it would find no welcome, but the determined spirit set out to see what it could see. It first visited a kingdom in the south where it found people grieving by a pyre. They cried out, "We know you, thief of life, of bodies of peace." They hid themselves and received no welcome. The spirit left. Next, it visited a kingdom in the north, where it found people grieving by a flaming pyre. They cried out, "We know you, destroyer of fortune, of fame, of livestock and servants." They cast it out with magic, and the spirit left. Then it visited a kingdom in the Middle Lands, and found people grieving by a grave. When they saw the spirit, they cried out, "We know you, bringer of knowledge, help meet to our dead." And they held it a banquet and had it stay the night. The spirit returned to its brethren and told them of its warm welcome in the Middle Kingdom. So more visited, and the Middle Kingdom honored the spirits by inviting them to their dead. With the spirit's help, the kingdom prospered. This is how it was told in old days, to remember it still. Volume 2 of the Rainy Dowager. Rainy Dowager greets the temperate without temperance, collecting the uncommon vigor mortis. Being a spirited necromance quite beyond the pale. Veils had never been so thin, as the question of where one goes is overshadowed by how often one might arrive. Lady herself says, a plot that gives itself away in the end, but when the mood is right, who among us hasn't? 3 out of 5. Miniature tree. Carefully nurtured, this miniature tree exists to remind someone of the surface despite spending their days deep among the dead. Organ jar for the Navarin who wants to take it all with them. A jar for heart, stomach, brain, or any other cherished tissues. Alright. Okay. Some of this stuff's not clearing. I am very much debating, do I want to start a new episode or just keep going here? Okay, we need to do something. We need to do something in these fucking Hossberg wetlands. We can't go 2 episodes without visiting this place. We need to just jump on it. Davern and Emmerich can come. They're both I'm trying to be equal about who's spending time with, so they're both at level 4 right now. Versus some people are at level 5, which is a bit higher. Yeah, there is something here.
You've been to the farmlands?
No.
There's a family. Voss. I'm close with him, with Ursa. They spoke of the Blight. The Blight. Before all of this happened. They knew. But if they knew, why aren't they here?
If I find anything, I'll let you know.
Okay. I'll go look for him. It's okay.
Are you here to help Lavendel? I'm Bastion. There's more out there than Blight. You must be careful.
Of what?
I heard something from up at Gaspin Manor while I was escaping here. The place has been abandoned for years. They say the Lord had some cursed treasure. One day he just disappeared. Could the Blight awaken a curse? If it draws evil here, the treasure's up there somewhere. It should have been destroyed.
Okay. Super evil manor. Strange lights. I was running through the woods when I saw it. Lights up at old Gaspin Manor. I'm sure of it. I haven't been up there since I was a kid, and we dared each other to knock on the door. I wasn't going to look now with the Blight on my heels. No one should be there. Cursed place. No one is ever there.
Something strange at this Gaspin Manor. People in Lavendel believe it's cursed.
Yeah. That's what we just read.
The gods spread blight. Imagine the entire world remade like these infested wetlands.
I've never seen a surge like this.
Hello. The Disciple and Iker. Vulnerable to fire, which is nice. Here's the farmlands they were talking about. Rupert Voss's field checks. Dug the south field, dug the close field, don't dig again. Keep moving. Shout a wish down a well and we'll just say it again. Check the field, it's there. I know it's right. Can't leave yet. Dug the south field, dug the close field, dug the south field.
Digging over the same areas. What was he searching for?
For a shadow dragon, what? Ursa Voss's journal. An echo always answers back. It always listens too. As thanks for clearing the boards, it's making sure I'm ready. Nothing has to change. The days won't have to change. Dad will be in the fields and Mom will feel better. Her voice is in the well now too. We just need everything ready before the blight comes. It was right about the dead birds. It's right about this too.
This echo made promises and then you think it took them all? Oh.
Ah.
A well. Well.
Ah.
An echo? 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 That's not my voice. Not your voice. Who are you? Are you? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Okay, what the fuck? Come on out here. Fight me. Meeting a friend out by the well. Knocked upstairs, but Mom said she's still not feeling well. I'll be home for supper. If I beat you back from the fields, I'll get it started.
Once were found and disappeared.
Oh. Oh, there's a body here. Amelia Voss's diary. I came up here. I needed to think without it watching me through his eyes. Can it do that? He's down in the field, says a blight's coming of all the wild things. But he's ready. He just needs to keep digging. Ursa came by later, but something in what she said. Has it taken her too? The door's locked from the outside now. When did that happen? I can hear water dripping. I won't get out in time.
Whatever this echo was in the well, I think it possessed them. The more people go near it, the more it gets in their minds.
It didn't want the people to leave. It fed off the cycle of their routines.
That journal mentioned clearing boards from the well. It was sealed away once.
Mm-hmm. So you want to do it again, or what?
Whatever's down there, whatever you did to those people, I won't let you do it again. We're sealing the well. Sealing.
Well, come out and fight me, bitch. If you're gonna fight...
Done.
Ah.
No more echo. For now.
Okay. My word, you're right. Can you two talk about something? The only reason I brought Emmerich along was because I wanted you guys to talk. And you guys don't want to talk, which is kind of crazy. Like, Davern's gonna stay because this is his area. The warden shit, blight, all that kind of stuff. But, like, you're not earning your keep right now. The way you guys are being silent.
This monster, the
Oh, here we go. Thank you for listening.
Never. No warden I've talked to has either. It's definitely blighted, but not darkspawn. Smart. Something special. Normally I'd relish a hunt like this. Now.
You'll find us on siblings. I'm certain.
So am I.
Okay. Thank you for talking a little bit. Ah, this is the door. Oh. I see. I see. Some red lyrium bullshit. What? Oh. Okay.
Venatory barrier crystals.
Right.
Whoever came this way didn't want to be followed.
Recently placed, if I'm not mistaken.
What are they doing in the Hossberg Wetlands?
I don't know. What are they doing in any of these fucking places they're at nowadays, you know? You know what I mean? Know what I mean? It's just like they're always up to some nonsense. There are so many fucking crystals out.
This is the cursed manor.
Oh, hello. Bitch, what are you doing here? My god, this place has so many fucking crystals. For what?
What was that? We're not alone here. The manor is supposed to be cursed.
Why can't I? Thank you. Okay, that's the way to go. So let me check out what's going on over here. Let me just see what else we got going on here first. Unknown gas bin. The location is perhaps an eccentric choice, but it will be a fine country home. Quaint and magnificent all at once. You know how C loves his art and unusual quaint antiquities. We'll have all on display, of course. C does like to show off. So Drew Basdy. Hello? Any haunted bitches? Kinda. Whoa, 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 whoa. Evanurus. What's this doing here? Research notes. I found a secret location beneath the manor itself. Sealed, but how could that stop me when I am so close? Bricks and mortar are nothing. Barriers are more magical devising. Their dismantling was never my specialty, and whatever binds the spell is unique, but surely that only proves my suspicions. I am too close now. I'm too close now. Old blight damage documents. Cost? For way through.
Old records. Damaged by blight.
Their message lost to history.
The fate of Weishaupt's library.
First ritual note. Drink deep of the potion, your mind and dreams awakened, attuned to what you seek. Listen closely. Oh god, that was a scary jump. I did not jump correctly. And there's this area, which I don't think it's really an area. Hello? Shut up.
What lies? Anyone else suddenly thinking about?
A cellar. The longer we're here, the more this being craves our attention.
Yeah, but also, like, I ain't giving it the time of day right now, okay? I'm searching for shit. Okay, I ain't got time. You wish to go to the Anderfells? Suit yourself. Take any foolish enough to follow you. If you want to chase some convoluted theory, so be it. You're free to return to whatever desolate place you wish, but do not expect my interest or support. Aelia. Final research notes. This is my discovery, my chance to prove myself. The locals cried about a curse, but it wasn't. It was power. I know it. I can't get through the door, but I think something's coming for me. It will be mine. Lord Caspin's notes. There should be no secrets here. The door, it vexes me. It is mine, and I will forge a way through it. I am lord of this manor, and secrets shall yield to me. Okay. Hello?
I see we've company.
Can you guys get in here and do something out here?
Venatory wanted treasure, but found...
Nothing of interest, nothing of note. What do they know? None have studied the Anderfells as I have. Do they think my interest lies in posts and lintels or whatever rot they mock me with? The manor holds value even now. Lord Gaspin found more than mere treasure, I'm sure. And when I gift this lost power to the risen god, not even Aelia and Zarya...
Research notes. This man wanted Lord Gaspin's treasure to impress Elginon.
Well, sorry. Jumped the gun with reading. Now I've missed some dialogue. The door. All those days, those long months, only for this. I made. We have an arrangement. No. What we want. We know. I'll seal the way. I can't.
This writing is old. If If it was Lord Gaspin, whatever he thought was back here, it wasn't enough. He found a demon, or became the one we met. If the demon was the curse, at least we've kept it away from Lavendel. Once we're done, we can let Bastion know.
Okay. I still have a fucking wisp. Like, what am I supposed to do with that wisp? Oh? Hey, you can. I didn't even see the body there. Okay, nice. Hello? Oh, you.
Is that the shape of your will? Is the Trap Necropolis spirit? Last one.
At last, Vital Rage. You fought to pretty ears and cracked the heart. And the soul. Whatever you are, give me my freedom.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Said, the Necropolis door to the demon, the real demon these all came from, should be open.
We know where to go to enter.
Great. Love it. Warden's Key Amulet. I fell. Don't look at me. Where are we going?
How are you faring with the son, Davrin?
It's all good. He's behaving, minding his manners, quiet as a mouse.
So, all the squawking from your room.
Must have been Tosh throwing a temper tantrum.
I distinctly heard a griffin shriek.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes he acts out.
You must instill some discipline. Manfred needed to be taught boundaries as well.
Uh-huh. Except Hassan's a griffin.
And clever. That will only increase. Believe me.
Okay. Hey.
That tree. Something. Light feels wrong around it.
Perhaps we shouldn't look at it too long.
Okay. And then also I need to figure out how the fuck do I get that thing, that blighted thing.
Emmerich, I think you've got to let Manfred learn some things on his own.
Such as?
You know, like any kid. Let him fall, scrape their knee.
That could dislodge his patella bone, hinder his ambulation.
Or he might learn to walk and not fall next time.
That's a harsh thing to wish on a spirit who yearns only to experience the world.
Falling down's a big part of the world.
Manfred's body is an intricate construction. There's no need to bruise it or him unnecessarily.
There's gotta be a way to get in this house too. Jeepers Christ. That was a rough one. And he's got a little chest for me. What you got in here? Field Commander's Helm. Let's just see if anyone has anything interesting to say about these little things we did around town.
Rook, always good to see people return. Means they're still alive.
Yeah, Gaspin's was fine.
You did? And the curse? Was it...
No.
Did the blight wake it?
It's fucking bad.
Less the blight, more like some Venatori. There was a demon haunting the manor. We stopped it.
Huh. Well, we all knew something wasn't right. And thank you. There's one less evil to worry about.
Hey, I found the well.
Family? Did you find it?
They're fucking dead, dude.
There was something in the well. It got to them.
But we aren't supposed to listen. The stories. But it was sealed.
It's sealed again.
When it's safe to go back, I'll bury it even deeper for Ursa. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, if I had it my way, I would have gone down to the freaking pit and fought it myself. But I don't know. I don't know why they didn't let me do that. So just know I was here. Why is there no warden merchant?
Antoine? Antoine?
Bro, wake up.
Yes, the blight samples. They're like nothing we've seen.
Okay, that's fucking lighting. What the hell?
And I can
I almost hear voices in it. The gods calling the blight.
I can't hear anything. But if you believe me...
We knew things were bad. But if the blight's being called, the situation's more unpredictable than we thought. We need to...
I give you two reign. This is where it leads. Chasing Rook's lies.
First warden...
Stay away from the blight and the wardens. How many times must you be told?
Bro, your pauldron is ridiculous. You don't scare me, bitch.
Do you think titles and bluster scare me?
And your venom is better directed toward your magisters.
Rook knew something was wrong.
I can hear it in the samples. The gods. He's telling the truth. The blight has changed. And that changes everything.
It changes nothing. Your sensitivity to blight is useful, Warden Antoine. But you've had more than one snake in your ear.
Back up. What? Like, it just makes me think, okay, he's part of the fucking evil. He's evil, you know? Like, why don't you want to listen about this blight? What is your... What else is so important that we can't just do a little bit of R&D here? You know what? I don't get where he's coming from. It just makes me think, okay, well, if you don't want to listen, then you must be working for the gods.
He's trying to help.
Enough! You tampered with a ritual that unleashed blight. You did not know what you were doing then, and you don't now.
If gods control the blight, we need to change how we approach it.
Archdemons control blight, and we'd sense if one had risen. We'd make the sacrifices needed to fight it.
But we...
The blight has increased. Now is not the time to lose focus. Wardens Evka and Antoine, are you sworn to combat the blight?
Yes, but...
Then report back to Weishaupt and do so.
That went poorly, even for a talk with him.
Ugh, he's an asshole.
What an asshole. A lot of people are gonna die for his arrogance.
Maybe.
So much for convincing the wardens.
We can't give you the order, but you have us.
We'll keep tracking the Darkspawn and the Blight. We'll do what we can.
That's good.
And if we learn the gods' plans, you will too.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for... Oh!
The elven god of monsters had been hard at work. She'd taken the Darkspawn and made them so much worse. Now, she and Elganon had their glorious new army. The risen gods were ready.
Bro, what is happening?
And they had just the target.
Is that Weishaupt? Huh? Okay. Something wrong. Antoine and Evka tried to convince the First Warden that the blight was changed and the gods were responsible, but he refused to listen. It wasn't the outcome they wanted, but they weren't giving up there. Though ordered back to Weishaupt, Antoine and Evka promised to keep investigating and send word if they learned anything more. Alright.
We should take a break. Head back to the lighthouse for a bit.
Oh, God.
He finally agrees to meet for a report, then he all but calls you a liar.
I think you were included in that.
Thanks.
They're so cute. Okay, final codex for the day. Brona's Bloom. Brona's Bloom with one leaf more. Please guard safe the cellar door. Whatever from the corners scratch, sit tight on lintel, mind the latch. Do not fret on nightmares nearing, or eyes behind the jam jars peering. Do not think on what's below, when silver from the moonbeams flow. Brona's Bloom with one leaf more. Please guard safe the cellar door. Evka. Oh, he's French, right? Evka, I asked in the village if there was anything they did for luck. We need that too, yes. I learned this poem, which is, it's very lavender, but the flowers are nice. Travelers in the glade. With a final stab, the monster fell. The travelers breathed a sigh of relief. As frightening as the night had been, there was hope they'd see the morning. Then a moan of pain. As the torchlight fell on Aren's body, the travelers tried not to gasp at the blood. His sister Elk knelt beside him. Don't cry, he said. We're almost, she started, but he shook his head. They had traveled far to visit the most beautiful chantry in the Anderfels and swear themselves to service to the most holy Andraste, but the capital was still many days away. Arend was fading. I wanted to hear them singing the chant of light. I wish... Elka took a breath and began to sing. It wasn't a chant, she did not yet know the words, but a song their mother had sung when they were children. A song about faith and love, a song sung with a devoted heart. One by one, the other travelers joined in. Lights emerged from the darkness, spirits of hope. Though their eyes widened, the travelers kept singing. The spirits gathered around Arend. One knelt beside Elk. Arend and Elka both saw them next morning, and many mornings to come. Though they would come to learn the chant, their mother's song was ever in their hearts. And in a glade near Lavendel, they say the flowers open just before the sunrise, knowing tomorrow will come. Local story transcribed by Warden Antoine in notes on the Hossberg Wetlands. I was going to say, is this the Inquisition song? Tomorrow will come. I don't remember what it's called, but it feels like that's the same sentiment. The Echo. Who am I? The Echo asked, for I had asked it too. You are me, I echoed back, or maybe I am you. Who am I? The Echo asked, when I said not a word. Worry not, for I am you, the Echo soon assured. And I know where the gold was lost, and I know what you carry, and I know where to dig the hole and what you plan to bury. Who are you? I echo back to a voice now far away, and wait to hear an answer from the place where secrets lay. Sent by Harding. This is Lavendel's version. I've heard the piece elsewhere in the Anderfels, but the third verse was different. Book of Ashes, a roll of names of friends and comrades carried to battle into Mead Hall after. Heroes of every blight, those are not the dead. They are those who lived. Ring of the Warden Royal. Our ranks hold kings and queens, but call them only Warden. The joining cares not of front lines, not bloodlines. Wardens do not rise for flags, they answer to the calling. Dragons. Sketchbook page are some known featuring a dragon. Special attention to an egg. Note reads, were they shell shards? Does it hatch? Bones Beneath the Creek, verse 1. Anderfel's folk song lyrics. Paths can lie and shadows hum. Who knows which fates are bleak? Would Ella lost now soon become more bones beneath the creek? When heart beats hard on ribcage wall and you are feeling weak, follow me and don't recall the bones beneath the creek. Is that fresh stew? Is that your bride? Is that the home you seek? When Ella left, the spirit cried for bones lost in the creek. Mafrath the betrayer. His eyes are cold, as though unmoved by suffering, eyes that would lead a lady to her death. Saurian sword of mercy. The eyes of an executioner who would see a lady burning and end her pain. Vard, well-spun thread. This particular spool of thread survived the blight. It's not a well-loved keepsake or treasured heirloom. It does promise future mending and the creation of something new. Warden improvisation. A clay pot, a cloth stopper, and a hodgepodge alchemical mix. A good Grey Warden works without the god, their weapons, their nerves, and their ability to improvise. Well, thank you for joining me for this lovely big ol' lore drop episode. We're only halfway done with this map, so I'm very intrigued on where else we need to go to explore. There's a door here, it looks like. There's a door here that was blighted over, I remember. Looks like there's some sort of passageway here, maybe even. We still didn't get this altar. I was trying to find it, but I didn't really find it yet. We've got some stuff in the crossroads I might do off stream. There is not a lot else going on. I'm going to try and finish these up, I think. I've spent some time, away from these two areas so we can go back and search around there. Because I feel like we might be doing some sort of big event soon. It feels like a good time to sort of make sure we're wrapped up on certain things before we become to some sort of, stop point in the story. But yeah, very, very cool episode today. We got to learn about Solus and Mythal, do a little bit of exploring in the crossroads with Mythal. We have some boon from her. I don't know specifically what we have, but it's supposed to be like, if the moment comes, I will strike. Lots of lore dump about the Titans and just the elven history. The ancient elves were spirits. A lot of cool stuff I can't think about right now, but it was a really, really good lore dump. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. We'll see what we get up to.